1 squid, tomatoes, couscous, tender stem broccoli, spinach, chilies, some thyme, a mango, and some dark chocolate. You've all done amazing to get here today, but that does not mean you get to relax. Because at the end of this test, 2 of you will be leaving us.
1 hour and 15 minutes, 1 dish for a place in the next round. Off you go.
We've tested them on their skills, we've seen their signature dishes, now we want to see how creative they can be.
This is the quarterfinal. It's really important that they take it very, very seriously, because this is where it really heats up.
27-year-old Nick is a sous chef at a fine dining restaurant in Oxfordshire.
Nick's personality really shines through in his food. He's done 2 fantastic dishes so far.
He's an endearing personality, and I enjoy watching this chef cook. If he can do that again today, wow, I think we have a very strong chef on our hands.
The further you're in it, the more you want it, definitely. I'd have no plans of going home, but I've just got to keep calm. Keep calm and carry on cooking, and I'll be okay.
Nick, what have you decided to make with the ingredients?
Roasting the breast of Poussin, and I've stuffed the leg. I'm doing it with some tempura squid and an Asian-style broth with chicken bones, fish sauce, and some confit potato as well.
Do you think you can stretch enough flavour out of a Poussin carcass?
I've given it my best shot, yeah.
I can see food brings a smile to your face. You're one of those cooks, aren't you? You can cook anywhere, probably.
Yeah, I was lucky enough in my house. There was always fresh produce. My mum was baking, my nans were baking. I got my first job in a pub, making potato salad and dressing plates with a bit of veg and potatoes. So the radio's on and I'm cooking. I'm pretty much
enjoy it.
Can't be happier.
Good man. We'll let you crack on.
Thank you very much.
Nick is going down an Asian route with his dish. He's making an Asian-inspired broth. He's taken the leg of the Poussin and made a mousse to fill that leg.
Nick's also going to be using the squid as well, which is fantastic. But the most important thing about the squid is that you don't sit it inside the stock. You need to elevate it above the dish so it stays nice and crisp.
What am I doing?
33-year-old Andy is a senior sous chef at King's College in Cambridge.
Andy, wow, was he nervous. Andy really struggled with the skills test. But actually, his signature dish was fantastic.
There's something a bit exciting about his cooking. If Andy can continue to keep showing us these neat tricks he's got up his sleeve, we're in for a great surprise today.
I'm still a bit nervous, but hopefully going forward I can show a bit more of my personality and get that across a bit more, because I'm not sure that I did.
Andy, how are you?
I'm good, thank you, Chef.
Stop shaking?
A little bit.
Come on, you should be used to it by now. What's the dish?
It's my take on a laksa, which is a Malaysian broth with some squid and some couscous that I've made with a broccoli, and hopefully, if I've got time, some crispy chicken wings as well.
Andy, what do you do when you're not in the kitchen?
I'm a single dad. I have a 4-year-old son. Normally I'd shy away from this sort of thing, but I want to teach him not to shy away from anything that he's scared of.
So you're going to show your son, his father petrified, shaking like a leaf on television. Be careful here, okay?
Just so he can laugh at me one day.
That's what dads are for.
Yeah.
Andy's really sold me on the laksa. We know he can cook Asian style food because he did it with his signature dish and did a really good job as well.
Laksa is an Asian broth that is packed with flavours. I'm curious about the dish, whether he's got enough of a choice of ingredients to make this a fragrant and delicious laksa. What's the measurements?
100 grams of flour, 50 grams of butter.
Good lad.
25-year-old Bobby is a sous chef at a fine dining restaurant in Colchester.
Last round I didn't perform great, that's all. I'm very grateful they've given me a second chance. So yeah, I'm just going to go in with all guns blazing with it. There's no room for failure anymore.
Bobby's got passion, he's got drive.
We want some great cooking from him. The simpler the better. We just want to see what he's able to do properly.
Quarterfinal. What does that really mean to Bobby?
It means everything. I mean, you know, I had a lot of self-doubt before I come to this competition, loads and loads and loads. I'm just hoping I'll prove to you that I'm a good chef, and in that way I'll prove to myself.
What are you making for us?
Sort of take on a chicken pie.
Lovely.
Best chicken pie you've ever had, I
I hope so.
Let's hope so.
Yeah, well, it'll be a little bit different. Sort of deconstruct it a little bit.
Sorry, different.
Yeah, I know you said that in the last round, don't be different. But, yeah.
Okay.
There you go. Now
Yeah,
start
that's
steering
it.
Marcus.
Bobby's going to be cooking us a deconstructed chicken pie. That's gutsy. Or naive.
He doesn't want to overcook this chicken. It's a poussin, so it's even smaller. If it's then not cooked within the sauce, it can dry out really quick.
He's making a short
There
pastry.
we go.
And what you want with short pastry is you want it to melt in your mouth.
I really want to see Bobby do well today, and I hope this chicken pie really is what he wants it to be.
Chefs, you've got 35 minutes left.
25-year-old Sam is a junior sous chef at a busy hotel restaurant in his hometown of Newcastle.
I thought Sam was really brave using a stone bass for his signature dish because it's not a fish that's widely used. I hope that he can continue that bravery and bring it into the quarterfinals.
This is a chef that makes me excited about his cooking, and I really hope that he's on his way to developing and becoming a much better chef.
After the last round, I feel quite confident. Again, I'm feeling nervous, but I'm nervous because I really do care and I don't want to slip and make mistakes.
Oh,
Sam, tell me,
Shit,
what are you
shit.
making with these ingredients?
I'm just basically making Asian poussin broth, and I'm using the breasts for filling in the tortellinis and some crisp skin for the texture.
Tell me, why are you a chef?
I'm a chef by fluke, basically. When I was 17, my knee done in, was playing rugby, so I had to change my career. But I've just been like a duck to water, really. I've thrived on it and I love it.
Sam's making a tortellini of the poussin breast. The most important thing about the tortellinis is the thickness of the pasta, the seasoning of the mix inside, and just making sure that it makes a beautiful shaped tortellini. There's not a lot else going on with the dish. This is slightly concerning. Sam just looks a little bit maybe lost, and I'm hoping that the dish will develop as it goes along.
23-year-old Alex is a senior chef de partie at an award-winning restaurant in a garden centre.
I think now that I've had a taste, I'm still going to stick to my game plan of one step at a time. I'm hoping that the judges see some potential in me and get what I'm about.
Alex, what are you cooking for us?
I'm cooking poussin on the crown with a rub of thyme, bit of peppercorns, garlic and lemon. I've made a little ravioli which I'm going to fill with a bit of spinach.
So why the pasta? Why the Italian sort of? Yeah.
There was more Asian things into it which I'm not 100% confident in using at this stage on an invention test. I think I'd safer to stick with something I know and put up a good dish.
Good luck.
Thank you.
Alex is using a lemon, thyme and peppercorn marinade, and he's left the poussin on the crown. He's also making a spinach ravioli as well.
I like the fact Alex is making his own pasta. I hope it's a skill that he's refined and it's lovely and thick.
One of the things we need to be very careful of is that he drains the water from the spinach, because if you've got water inside the ravioli, it just has a tendency to make the ravioli burst.
Chefs, you've got 20 minutes left.
34-year-old Mark is a sous chef at a gastro pub in London.
Mark's skills test was a disaster. He only served us a bowl of custard.
I thought at that point, I will be amazed if he could pull this back. And he's done it, he's here. He's done it because he served us an amazing lamb dish.
Yeah, I kicked myself after the first round, but, thankfully I got it back. That feeling when you're told you can come back the following day is incredible. I've not had a relief like that for years. I want to have that feeling over and over again, right up until the end.
What are you making for us?
I'm going to do poussin. I'm going to confit the legs. I'm going to make a nice sauce out of the carcasses, broccoli puree, and I'm going to do some roasted shallots.
So you feel very confident now? You look
Yeah.
very confident.
I feel happy.
It's interesting because last time you walked into this kitchen with not knowing what was coming, it was a nightmare for you.
Well, it's just being in the presence of you two, and it's just, it's quite intimidating, quite nerve-wracking. Both of
I'm
you.
not
Yeah,
intimidated.
you are.
You are.
You are.
You're
Yeah,
both
see? Mark's poussin dish, to me, sounds very classical.
He has taken the crown off, which he's going to roast separately, the legs and coffee.
He's also making a fondant potato, and I know, Monica, that you love a good fondant. Fondant is about great colour, great caramelisation, but it has to be cooked all of the way through. And if it's not cooked well, I know how upset you get.
Chefs, you have 5 minutes left. Just 5 minutes. All of our chefs here today have opted for the poussin. I would have liked to have seen one dessert, but you know what? If we've got 6 different dishes here, I'm happy. And if they're all done well, even happier.
Chef